Hi, this is Lori from the Pink Girly channel, and I want to share with you a light bulb moment. I was sitting at my workstation a few days ago, and I was working on a project and had another project in mind. I'm sure many of you can relate to that. And I was wondering if I had a stamp that would work with the project I was thinking about. And I have a lot of stamps, and I just couldn't remember. And then I looked at the floor, and there was my Webster's New Elementary Dictionary. And I had a light bulb moment. So, what I decided to do was to use the dictionary and put my stamps in the dictionary so that when I want to do a project and I think, oh, do I have any? What flower stamps do I have? I can go to the F section and I can leaf through my pages and see what flowers I have available and what would work. So I thought I'd share this with you. Now, unfortunately, I did take some pages out of this dictionary. I have other dictionaries, but the pages are a little more flimsy. So this one's not quite as old, but the pages are a little more sturdy. So it being a school dictionary, there's a section in the front that's got a lot of punctuation and helpful hints about, words and such. So I made that my section A. And I put tabs for my convenience. You wouldn't necessarily have to do that, but I want to show you what I'm doing. So I have a bunch of ink pads that I just I just can't bring myself to throw them out. They're not colors I would normally use, and they're not maybe quite as juicy as a new one, but I hate to throw them out. So I'm going to use these stamp pads in the dictionary. And I started doing drawer by drawer, like maybe a drawer or two a day. Now, for some of us, it's a larger project than it would be for others, but I think this will help me. It may not help everybody, but I think this is going to help me. So I'm just going to show you what I'm doing. So I have this little stamp here, little florally foliage type. So I'm going to go back to my F section and I'm going to find a spot. And no rhyme or reason, really. I'm just stamping them in. Now, some of the images I stamped didn't stamp as well as I had liked. So I am stamping off first to make sure I get a good stamp so that it'll show up on these dictionary pages. And I'm just going to pop this here. So now I have that image. Now I don't know where I'm going to store that stamp yet. All right. But some of these, like this one here, I have it stored in drawer number 1. All right. So that when I'm leafing through and looking for an idea or a stamp that might work for a project, I know where I can go get it. So now here's some, this is my B section, and I'm going to put these little bird stamps. I love these little stamps. I'm going to put them in the B section. So again, I'm going to take my little stamp and put these little guys right here. B for bird. Now I'm also working on cross-referencing, if you will, some of my images. So let me show you what I'm doing about that. Because some things overlap, right? So I have word stamps, which I guess a lot of us have a lot of different word stamps. So I pulled out one of those to show you. So this one says blessings. I love this stamp. So I have in my W section, because in my mind, now you have to figure out sections that would work for you and how your brain operates, right? So I have a word section in my W's. See? All these different words. So, blessing's kind of long, so I'm going to get a different page where I can put blessings right there. So I'm going to stamp this up. Not stamp it up. I'm going to ink it up. Ink it up, ink it up. Oh, this is a very nice stamp. This is a Stampin' Up stamp, I believe. And I'm going to pop that right in there. Now, when you think of the word blessings, you may also think of religious or, religious type things. So I'm going to go ahead and put the word blessing in my R section as well. So that's what I mean about maybe cross-referencing. And you can see here I've got a couple of nativities that I've already done. Now, again, I haven't decided where I'm going to store this stamp, so I'm not marking it yet. All right. Now, I have stamps like this that are just not on a block, or you have your acrylic stamps. So I'm going to show you those two. See, like these little set of acrylics, where stamping on a dictionary page might not be the best idea. So what I've decided to do is I'm going to take a scrap paper. We all have scrap paper, right? Sitting around. So I'm going to ink this up. And you really don't even have to ink the whole thing. You just want enough to give you an idea of what your stamp is. So let's see where see, now I can see that much more clearly. So then I'm just going to take a pair of scissors. And I'm going to trim that out. Now, to me, this is kind of script and also words. So I'm going to go to the S section. And I'm going to find a spot right here. And I'm either going to glue that down or washi tape it down. Let me see what I have handy. I did have some washi tape. Oh, there it is, sitting right here. So I'm going to tape that in. Now, I had one stamp, a clock stamp, that didn't stamp real well. So what I did, oh no, that's incorrect. The page was loose because, see, I'd cut some of these out, and look, my blade went and I cut some of these pages. So the page was real loose. So I just tore the page out. I cut out my image of my, really is like a pocket watch, and I just glued that on in my C section for clock. And I also have it in the T section for time. So, and here I have marked drawer 1. So now I know that's where that stamp is stored. Now let me just show you. See these little bits and bobs here. So I could really ink up the whole thing because this is one little set. So I'm going to go to the F section for flowers. I'm going to find a clean space. Now, some letters of the alphabet, of course, in the dictionary have a lot more pages than others. You don't have much in your X section, and I don't really know how much in the X section you're really going to, find. So I'm just going to put, let's see, I don't want to get any ink blobs under this on my book page. So I'm just going to go ahead and ink these. And there again, I don't know where I'm going to store these yet, but I'm not going to bother with that while I'm recording. I tell my husband I'm going to record, and now he's in the kitchen banging pots and pans. I apologize. Oh, my goodness. So now I'm just going to press this down. See if I get a good image. Now I have a block here. Oh, here, it's right next to me. I'm going to give that a good press. And so I have them there. Now, in this case, I might want to pull one of these off like the butterfly. I don't want those flowers in the B section, but I do want my butterfly in case I'm looking for a specific kind of a look. So I'm going to re-ink that little guy. I don't know if he'll stick to my block. Get my ink pad. And I'm going to put the butterfly in the B section. Now, the only other thing I want to share with you is that if you have a particular line of stamps that you want to keep in a certain area, I have a lot of Tim Holtz stamps. So I've got them under T for Tim Holtz. All these here are different Tim Holtz sets that I own. And I just went ahead and stamped them all. And then, of course, some of them, they have their home already assigned. So drawer 2. And this isn't a journal. This is just going to be a working tool for me. So this is my light bulb moment. I hope you might find it helpful. If you do, leave me a comment. I'd appreciate that. So that's it for this little short video, my light bulb moment. Don't forget, take time to be creative and enjoy the journey. I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.